So, ladies, when you were growing up, I think this was, I'm going to take that back for a second because we're all grown up. I think it took me so long to understand my confidence never came from the outside. I always had it internally. I just didn't know it was there. How long did it take you to realize that?
I think I figured that out yesterday.
I was going to say,
Okay.
I'm still figuring it.
Well,
Have I supposed to have already accomplished that? Yikes.
well, I know because
No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
we talked in a past episode on how we have to forgive our past and we forgive things, and at the weirdest times we have these strangest memories of things, and especially now with social media, I will see somebody on social media that wasn't always the kindest to me, but I always wanted their validation because then I felt, oh, if they liked me, I was like my shoulders are back. I was, like there was this swagger with me. Mm-hmm. And now it took me so long to understand that outside validation does not give you confidence. You need to build that internally and build your own. I think that's why they call it self-confidence, because you get it internally from yourself.
And you should learn about that at an early age, because
Yes.
You can be in your 50s, 60s, 40s, 30s, still trying to get that confidence. And you think you get it externally, like you said, and until you learn, no, you can have it. You can have it today. You could have it today, and you can use it through the rest of your life. Because if you don't learn it, I've learned way more confidence in the last 5 years than I probably did in the last 25 years. So,
yes. And I think that's important. I'm not saying I'm this highly confident woman. I have confidence. Some days it's wavering really on the teeter line because depending on what's going on in that day. But overall, because I think I've become very comfortable with who I am as a person, and I've become comfortable with my style. And I think as you continue to grow and evolve, because I think confidence grows and evolves as you grow and evolve, that when we put this program together, our goal was to help people women coming up in life, to understand things that we learned and wish we learned earlier on. And confidence is one of those biggest things that like blares out, that I see women struggle with so much for now.
and I think it's interesting. Sorry, Tracy. I think
No,
it's
go ahead.
That you were saying, because you're more aware of who you are. And I think when you're always looking externally, you take on their things. Oh, I'm now into this because my partner's into this, and you don't really know who you are. So the first thing is figure out who you are, allow yourself to really explore who you are. And I think that's the first step in getting your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And self-confidence is, for me, to know that I have the ability to be able to figure things out for myself. It's like confidence you get when, if you've done something, you have the confidence that you can do it again. But when you're faced with something totally different, do you have the confidence to do that thing, right? If you've never done it before, do you have the confidence to do it? And that is where self-confidence for me comes in, because it's like yes, I know I'm going to be able to take care of whatever it is. I know I'm going to figure it out, and I know I'm going to be able to do it. That's self-confidence.
Mm.
I think there's a difference between confidence and low self-esteem.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think sometimes I know my younger self got those two things mixed up very much
Yes.
in terms of having low self-esteem, which I did,
Yep.
but I had the confidence to do things.
Yes. There is. Confidence is can be a very complicated word, I think, because you can have somebody walk in a room, and I know we've all seen that person who is like, walks in with this confident, like you can tell that person just the way they walk in the room. Like there is one confident, and then the word arrogant comes out right after it, because it just like, they're so overwhelming with that confidence. And then I think for me, I kind of like shied away from that because I never wanted to be that arrogant person.
Mm.
But Tracy, you brought up an excellent point. Even if I don't know, if I'm going to do something different or something I don't know, I think that's part of confidence, that you go into it knowing you're going to be learning what you have to do, and you will get better at it. So again, the three of us all have our own businesses. We're all learning. We still learn. Tracy G is always yelling, not always giving me pointers on my SEO and my searches and all of this stuff, because I'm learning. But does that mean I'm not confident in my website? No, I'm confident in my website, but I'm also confident to learn more to make my website better. So I think that balance in confidence of not being like, oh yeah, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I don't have to take anything from anyone, to the, oh my God, I can't do this. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do this, to that balance of, no, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to make a mistake, and then I'm going to learn more. And I
always go
think,
back- oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I always go back. You all know I learned snowboarding later on in life, and I'm at the point now, and I can go on anything. I have the confidence that no matter what, I can ride anything. Am I going to choose certain things? Absolutely not, because it's going to take me way longer, or, I don't want to go down that type of run. But I have the confidence to know if I get stuck, or if I am put anywhere, I can get myself down the mountain. And that is a huge difference. It's just
Right.
the confidence. I'm not necessarily going to put myself in certain positions, but I know
Right.
if I do wind up in those positions, and just like you said, Tracy E, well, I don't have to say Tracy E because I'm the other Tracy. But if I get myself in those situations, I have the confidence. I have the confidence, and I know that I can do it, even if it's a new challenge. And that is huge. And I try to apply that in life, but
Yeah. And doesn't it feel good?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what, even if you're not feeling confident that day, that's okay. Like you can still, like, if you're learning something new or doing something different and you're not feeling confident, they say fake it till you make it. There's a little truth to that. I think you can still walk tall. People, sometimes you see the shoulders are down. You could tell that they're like dejected, and it's all in your body language and eye contact. And it's okay to smile, and it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to say, no, I don't know that. Help me understand that. No, I want to learn that. Teach me. That's all part of confidence. That's all part of knowing, being comfortable in who you are and wanting to know more.
Okay, so how do you go from being confident and having low self-esteem? And how do you move the needle so that you're a confident person without the low self-esteem?
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah.
question.
Well, you brought it up
Whoa.
earlier. I'm just bringing it up.
Just because, and I think this is to the point that I think people use that word confident. I think sometimes it's misdirected in
Yeah.
terms of what they actually mean by confident, because I think people think that if I'm confident, then I feel really good about myself. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. You
Right.
can be confident and still not feel great about yourself.
Mhm.
That's the difference. There's there's that whole, am I worthy? Am I enough? I'm, that whole dynamic, but I can still be confident. I can still be confident to do a ski run, but I might not feel that great about myself.
Does the confidence help with the low self-esteem, or they're just so separate?
I don't know. That's another great question. I think when you're having that moment of confidence, like you were describing, the low self-esteem is put on the back burner
Yeah, it
because
has
you
to, doesn't it?
are, yeah, because you're like, okay, I'm doing this, right? So there's this whole, again, there's that physicality that comes into it, your stance, your body language,
Right.
all of that, which
Right.
changes your emotional state,
Right.
right? The moment you've changed your emotional state, it's pretty hard to have confidence and low self-esteem at the same time. I think one gets displaced, but I really think that they are two entirely different things that
Yeah.
young women, once they realize, you know what, I can do a lot of things, I'm confident in doing a lot of those things, that's one thing, but there's also the whole self-esteem aspect of it.
So it's almost a little bit where you have to do some self-reflection there. And what I mean by that is you have to kind of have a sheet of paper and put down, when I'm skiing and feeling confident, this is the feelings I have. This is the reasons why I have. These are the skills I'm showing. This is, and sometimes it's those skill bases that you don't realize you have and you can kind of start moving them over to other parts of your life.
Right.
But you don't realize it because you're not paying attention.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not paying attention to what it is. And I'm not a skier, so I can't start pulling out different skill sets there. But sometimes where you're confident on, you have those strengths that you can pull those strengths into other parts where you're feeling that low self-esteem to work on yourself.
That is a lot of that requires a lot of self-awareness.
Yes.
And I think the default that humans do is there is the tendency to go, I'm an absolutely amazing snowboarder, but that doesn't really matter because I can't do this over here.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we never celebrate that
Right.
incredible opportunity to go, you know what, I nailed that run today. I was like, I just aced it, and really celebrate it, bring it into your body, into your being, and appreciate it. Let yourself appreciate it for a bit, because we just tend to go, oh yeah, but you know what, look what happened over here.
Right.
Well, I
You know-
always appreciate my runs, like I do celebrate them.
Yeah.
But the point of bringing whatever, like, yeah, that was awesome, I had a great day and everything, and it kind of ends, right? That day was that day. And exactly what you guys are saying is that I'm not taking whatever I learned or skill set and bring it and applying it to, it could be your personal
Yeah.
life. It doesn't even
Right.
have, it doesn't have to be business. It could be personal life. It could be, oh, I'm chatty Kathy on the chairlifts, and so, oh, networking or stuff like that. And that's really good, because I think we isolate our good stuff. Like we isolate, we go, oh, we're good at that, and we don't
Yeah.
apply it other places.
And that's an excellent point where you say, when you're on the ski or you're on your chairlift, or if you're in the lodge and you're chatty Cathy, but you're in a work and you have to do networking and you're like, oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to talk to people. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's a whole different, because someone picked you up and put you in a different room. You're not giving yourself,
Yeah.
somebody could have said something from work, like, oh, that brought down your self-esteem. So now it's low, but somebody gave you praise in the ski area. So that's where it's up.
Mhm.
So we have to take that skill from over here and start pulling it this
Yeah.
way. And that is tons of self-awareness. So if you're taking that one thing, so if it is, networking, or I'm gonna have a conversation, I actually am very much of an introvert. Pete will say that to me. We'll go out somewheres and he'll be like, you haven't said 2 words in the conversation. And I'm like, okay, no offense, you're talking football, and I could care less about football. I'm not going to go into the conversation. However, if I'm out and I'm feeling like my introvert is really taking over because I'm in a new place, I might be meeting new people, I will, in my mind, I've trained myself, okay, go find one person and say hi or ask them a question. Don't ask them what they do.
Yeah.
But ask them a question, because I'm like, over here, you have no problem having a conversation. Let's move it here. So if it's just one thing that you're confident here, don't take everything on. It takes 1% movement a day. That's all it takes to make improvement.
Yeah.
So if it's one thing you're like, oh, I can't talk here, but I talk there, figure out what brought that over. Journal it out, write it out, ask somebody,
But going
That's my
back to
two-
your original question was external validation, right?
Yeah, but it's not asking for validation. It is asking, like,
No,
Um,
to take that, no, I mean, to take that like that, we don't want
Yeah.
to get it externally. We want to
No.
Yeah.
right,
um
yes,
provide it ourselves. So I was just bringing it back of what you're
Yes.
saying, and
yes,
that
okay, I'm
ties
sorry, yeah,
into not
yeah,
having external
nope,
validation.
no. You can't, you never will. Then you're just always trying to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
You're always pleasing someone else, so they praise you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Doesn't
I
work.
always, I know, I tell people all the time that I'm talking to, do you like everybody? Or do you want everybody that you've met to be your best friend? Well, no. Okay. Then why do you have to be everybody's best friend? And I'm going to
So
leave it at
true.
that. I'm going to leave it at that note.
And if you like this episode, hit the subscribe button underneath and subscribe to our episodes.
Or if you think someone needs to hear this, share it on your social media.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.